How to remove turbo roughing vacuum pump on a 6420, 30, and 6460. There'd be covers, right? So there's this doesn't have to get removed, but front cover, top cover, and then capillary voltage. So there's these connections, this connector. There's another high voltage connector back here. That's a twist and a pull. There's another, you might want to come up around the top. There's another big chrome looking with the silver connection, silver cable. Just squeeze and pull. And then there's one thumb screw right here. He just unscrews, pops out, and then this whole high voltage comes off. After you remove this power supply, capillary high voltage power supply box, you're going to move to a T20. You're going to remove or loosen just this screw here, and then you're going to get this access cover off for the turbo power supply or controller. Turbo power supply or controller. It's the external controller. 3 connections on the top here, and then a little power cable. Okay, come on. Oh, is it taken? Okay. And your little power cable. And then we're going to remove the 3 screws. We're just going to loosen these. There's one here. You can loosen this. You can loosen that. And then there's one more down here. 3 screws. Loosen it. He just slides off. Then there's 2 Torx 20s. Again, loosen. Don't need to remove them. There's one there. One here. One more power supply cable. Take him off. This just comes right out. That's your 48 volt power supply. You're going to remove this cable here, and then the one up and above it, which is right there. This back one is pretty easy. It's just a 1/4 turn twist lock. Pull it out. You can either leave it in there, or you can pull it completely out. I just usually leave them in there. It's not hurting anything. Then there's another connection here, like an RS-232 connection. It's the controller cable. Loosen him, he can just sit there as well. Then you're going to need to take off or loosen your roughing vacuum supply line. There's one more T20. He's hiding behind here. Loosen him. You don't have to take it out, but you loosen it enough where it's free. It's easy, like right about there. And then there's 2 more Torx 20s holding this manifold in for the lower. You're going to have to take these completely out. Now, you're going to have to remove the roughing vac gauge. That's a T10. Actually, there's 3 T10s. There's one right here behind the valve. And there's one underneath. And what you're going to have to do, these are just like Vaseline O-ringed in, so they're pretty easy to pull apart. I'm going to pull this toward you. What you might have to do is have another buddy hold, or you can reach around. And you're going to have to pull on. There's the vacuum hose that goes to the roughing pump. You'll have to twist and pull that a little bit so it separates. And then you should be able to kind of move this out of your way. And this lower piece just comes undone like that. And take him, set him aside. I always like to kind of put the screws back where they go. so you don't forget what goes where. Depending upon the turbo's cooling fins, you may have to remove the CDS. We'll do that step now in case you do. If not, skip to step.
Next one.
Blank. Next step. So there is three, there's actually two. You have to remove this drip tray. There's two Torx 10s, one there, and it's kind of slotted for the screwdriver. Another one back here. You don't have to take them all the way out, you just gotta loosen them enough to get this cover out, or this drip tray out. Just like that. This will slide right out of the way. You can even disconnect them if you'd like. They're labeled real nicely so you know what goes where. Then there's three Torx 10s holding the CDS valve assembly and bottle. There's one there. One right there. And another one back here. And he can just live off to the side. It's not going to hurt him. Or, again, you could remove the connectors and the one fitting. There's 4 screws alongside of here, and then usually there's 2 usually down here. These would be Torx 20s. Those are already removed. We just have the 4 Torx 10s here. There is one more Torx 10 holding the valve and the cover on this mounting bracket, so this is going to kind of fall apart on you. You can take this guy off. It comes out. Okay. Next step would be to remove this chassis bracket. It's a two Torx 20s. This is kind of press fit, so there's a lot of weight on this. You may need to just lift up on the top here to get this out. Sometimes it helps. And this comes right out. And again, depending upon your model or type of fins that are on these turbos, because this varies, you have to remove this fin set before you get it out. That's why we have the CDS open. So there's 4 screws, 4 Torx 20s holding this in. These you don't have to take all the way out. You're definitely going to want to wear gloves for this because it's got a thermal conductivity paste all over it. White paste gets on you. It's very annoying to get off. Take him off, set him aside. And there's all that white paste. Now, there's 6 screws, 6 6mm Allen screws, bolts, holding them in. One of these would be nice. You know, it's about, I don't know, 8 inches long. They're pretty nice to have because of the depth of each one of these. Because you're gonna have to get 3 up front and 3 in the back. The back ones you just have to loosen most of the way. You don't want to remove them all the way. The front you will remove completely. So we'll loosen up the back first. And again, they're pretty long. You can loosen them up quite a bit. And if you look just right, we'll show you how to look through underneath to see how loose you did make it. Yep, wiggling it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see it? I always start in the middle. Work your way out just like when you're tightening. This is where the turbo is going to start dropping down. And there's brackets to hold it. You don't have to hold it. So the back one is pretty much just like that, except holding the turbo. This can unplug too, keep it out of your way. Sometimes helps. And it's now should just be able to slide her straight out. But like I said, this is the one where she's just ever so slightly tight. So when you're pulling it out, you want to make sure that your O-rings are coming with it. If not, you may pinch it and ruin one. And that is how you remove your turbo on your 64, 20, and 30, and 60.